Hi folks, it's Ben Ash at BA Guitar Tuition, wishing you a happy new year. Hope you all had a good one, and welcome to another tutorial at BA Guitar Tuition. It's been a while since I've put another tutorial video up, and what I wanted to do today was kind of finish what I started earlier in the year, which was the tutorial of Alison Hell, the debut single from Annihilator's debut album in 1999. And today we're going to be looking at the solo section and also the bass unison section which preludes it. So let's tune up and rock on. See you in a moment. Okay, the section that preludes the solo is a unison bass guitar lick, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go through some demonstrations of this particular lick in two different set positions. Here's position 1. And here is the lick to accompany that set position. Now with that particular lick, you'll find there's going to be a lot of staggering between strings, especially between the G and the B string, especially on the last tail end. So I'm going to give you an alternate position to use, because then it actually disciplines the fingers to be more a finger per fret, and it keeps everything much more linear. So here is the second shape for that particular lick. Get the best out of this particular movement, what I suggest you do is try both scale positions out and find the one that suits your playing ability. Okay, so let's now crack on with the solo. A couple of things to note: there will be a few key changes within the solo. The first one being set very strictly in A minor, and then the second one being in F sharp minor with transmission of the flat third. So what I'm going to do is, rather than bog it down with too much theory, I'm going to break down the sections bit by bit by playing elements in full time and then others in moderately to a half time, and then putting in appropriate tips and advice for warm-ups to kind of get your fingers into the rhythm of performing these licks as best you can, and also getting a good grip and understanding of the techniques that are implied throughout the whole solo. 2. Here's example 3. In this particular part of the solo, we are going to be changing key from A minor, now shifting down into F sharp minor. And what I'll be doing, just like the previous one, is I'll be demonstrating the actual examples of the licks in full speed, and then bring it down to a slower tempo, and then emphasising technical use and also appropriate scale use to get your licks under your belt. So here's example number 1. And here's example number 2. Example number 3, giving a slightly more fusion feel to the lick and shifting positions once again from the A bass into an E bass position. And the next example is showing a good use of an extended power chord in the higher register with an octave on the 5th. In this next section, we're going to be looking at a hybrid scale which combines elements of the blues scale and the Dorian mode. And to get your fingers around this lick, I'm going to show you 2 different positions, exactly the same rhythm and melody of notes, but in 2 different scale positions. And the key thing is to pick the appropriate one that suits your style. So here's example number 1. here's example number 2. Going up to the tail end of the song, we're now going to be looking at a little bit of Q&A between the keys of A minor and F sharp minor that have been established in the song. And the licks are going to be coming back to the fundamental rock and roll stock licks. So these are going to be things that we've covered previously in the song, but in short, sharp bursts. So what I'm going to try and do is just give you the straight examples like I did before, one at full speed, one at half-time speed, and then taking it from yourself to look back at the video and actually pick up the licks. And I'll give appropriate notes where there are going to be adequate changes within the actual patterns. So here's the first lick in the key of A minor. And here's the second lick, shifting down into F sharp. Mind that there's going to be a few sneaky blues notes thrown in, and also a few hybrid licks where we're going to mend from a major to a minor key as well. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the solo. Going back into another variation of the verse and the chorus, which you'll probably see in the previous video that we did before. If you haven't seen that one, click on the link over here and it'll take you straight to part 2 where we actually went through those particular sections. The only thing that really changes is going to be when it plays into the outro, which is a variation of the verse. Rather than just doing a straight 16th note gallop on the A string, we're now going to be putting in a few little sneaky 30-second notes. So here's a few examples of that particular section with the actual adjacent notes thrown in. One at full time, one at half time. Right, so that brings us to the end of my Alison Hell tutorial. I hope you found it was worth the wait. There's a gold mine of licks that you can really pick good pieces from this song, so the key thing is to take through it what you will in your own time and to go back for the video and adapt it to your own style, because rather than actually copying at a parrot fashion, what we want to try and do is accentuate your own ability as a guitar player and put your own intuition into your playing, so you get your own distinguished sound into it as well, and it gives you more confidence as a player and a performer for this particular song. And also, for all you budding guitarists out there, aside from actually checking out the excellent Cort Guitars that I've been demonstrating here, there's also a brand new company on the horizon called Blackheart Guitars, which are based in the US. If there's any more songs that you'd like me to cover, anything else you'd like to see at BA Guitar Tuition, as this is a new format, it's a new year, you want to keep things nice and fresh, just drop us a link in the D bar. Alternatively, go to my website and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But in the meantime, keep rocking and stay inspired. We'll see you all soon.